Welcome everyone, thanks for joining me today for another draft of Tarkir Dragonstorm. I'm Nico aka Another MTG, trying to make the magic happen, so without further ado, let's draft. Alright. Stoked for a good rare, we found Bloomvine Regent. Ah yeah, 5 mana, 4/5 flying. When this enters or another dragon enters, you gain 3 life. Search a library for up to 2 basic forest cards. Reveal them, put one onto the battlefield tapped and the other one in your hand, then shuffle. Sure, I'll take the rare, but this whole pack is kinda nice. We have Bewildering Blizzard, which is a very fine card. We have Sipsig Appraiser, which I do think is a very good card. We have Sagu Wildling, nice little search for a basic land card here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. So yeah, can't wait to see the next pack, but I'm happy taking the Bloomvine Regent. It's the best card, I think. And I'm opening up 17 lands here for those of you who don't know. It's a third-party tracker where I can analyze which cards of which packs have been taken once the pack number 1 returns to me. Okay, and now we have Sarkhan, Dragon Ascendant. That's kind of okay, but it's not the best card. When Sarkhan enters, you may behold a dragon. If you do create a treasure token, whenever a dragon you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on Sarkhan. Until end of turn, Sarkhan becomes a dragon in addition to its other types and gains flying. I mean, we could try to find build a dragon deck, but I think Salt Road Skirmish, which is a very solid removal spell, is a better pick for me. This allows me, because if I take red, I'm bound to play Timur or Gruul kind of, but I think Salt Road Skirmish is a very solid pick here, so I'll take that gladly. So I can either go Absent or Sultai, and I would love to go Sultai. Because I haven't gone Sultai so far. And yeah, let's pick the Salt Road Skirmish. Here we have Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. That's, yeah, not really fond of that because it only works for dragons. What do we have here? We have Trade Route Envoy, which I think is a very good card. We have the 100 Battle Veteran, the one that reminds me of Tekken. I think that's a really nice card. Also, we have Agent of Codis. That would fit into the Sultai strategy. But I think the 100 Battle Veteran is just fine, because if we find some Absent cards, we can still go Absent. So let's just take the 100 Battle Veteran. It's also a very, very good card. I may cast it from my graveyard. So that also fits the Sultai strategy here. Let's pick it up. And now we found Severance Priest. Why is it coming on pick number 4? It is a nice card. Death Toucher, 3 mana, 3/3. When it enters, target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, exile that card. When this creature leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner creates an XX token. I think that's a very strong card. I would love to have a 3 mana Death Toucher that also removes something. Also, we have Snakeskin Veil, which I think is very nice. There's Inspirited Vanguard. This land would fit if I wanted to play Sultai, or I mean, I know it's a Timur land, but it would fit my Sultai strategy. Also, here we have Evolving Wilds. But I think that the Severance Priest is just too good to pass. So now I would, if I wanted to go Absent, I could take the Blossoming Sands, but also there's a Dragon's Blood, Dragon Brood's Relic, which I can use to make mana of any color, and if I pay all the 5 colors, I can make a dragon. I don't think that's really realistic. I played a match where an opponent casted, activated that ability and created a dragon. Actually, it's a strong card, but do I want to take this over the? I'll just take the Blossoming Sands. I have a feeling that this is a good pick here. Okay, now we have Kishla Skimmer, which is a really nice card. Whenever a card leaves your graveyard during your turn, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Also another Agent of Codes. I think that's a good card actually, because I can renew it from my graveyard, put 2 counters on target creature. Trade Route Envoy would be nice to draw a card, but that's more of the absence strategy, and I'm not particularly sure if I really will be the absence strategy. But I think, yeah, let's just take the Kishla Skimmer. It's just pick number 6, so yeah, don't have to be. And here we have a Dismal Backwater, which also would be okay. Here we have a Rainwheel Rejuvenator, mills 3 cards when it enters. So, and it also makes mana. I think that's cool if we try to be some Sultai Renew deck. Let's just pick it up here. Let's just pick it up. Pick number 7. So far we might end up splashing blue, or we might end up splashing white just for the absent rare. Not too sure about it though. High Spire Bellringer, that's just for the flurry deck. And I'll take the Thornwood Falls, happily. Also Embermouth Sentinel, which is a creature that searches for a basic land, but it only puts it on top. And the Thornwood Falls, it's just a nice dual land, gaining me a life here. Here we have also Gurmag Nightwatch. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. And here we are, pack number 9. So let's just see. Okay, 17 lands didn't. Obviously, my 17 lands client is not activated, so I can't check it here. So I'll have to play like this. Do I want the Menace creature? Do I want the Sagu Wildling? I think probably the Sagu Wildling, just because it searches for a basic land. I am definitely base green, and here I'll take the Agent of Codes because that wheels. That means that the Sultai deck is open, and I'm happy about the Sultai deck being open, so I'll gladly take the Agent of Codes. So it looks like we're probably going into direction Sultai, which makes me happy because I haven't done it yet. Unending Whisper, take that here. And another Agent of Codes, which is fine. And here we have Cruel Truths. I'll just start 17 lands, to be honest. 17 lands. Because I wanna... Okay, now we have Crater Hoof Behemoth. 8 mana, Haster. When this creature enters, creates creatures you control gain trample and get +X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. Is it really a good card? I mean, it's pretty expensive. I think it's okay. Like, if I can cast this, I'll probably win the game. But if I have some creatures, I think I should take it. Why not? Also Dragon's Prey, and I think the removal spell, because I don't have any removal spells so far. So I should prioritize the removal spell over the 8 mana Haster. I mean, it can be a bomb, but it's 3 green. So I think the removal is just a safer pick for me here. So I'll take the Dragon's Prey. So we have the removal here, Cruel Truths, which I'm not really sure if I want to play that. And this pack here, so now we can look on 17 lands. Here we have another Caustic Exhale versus another Dragon's Prey. So I think that's very nice coming our way. Piercing Exhale also nice, but I think the Dragon's Prey just the safer removal spell, because it doesn't require me to have a strong creature. The Tuned Hunter also nice for the Sultai deck. Veteran Ice Climber kinda nice, also mills some cards. But as long as there are removal spells, which I am lacking, I'll just take the removal spells. Be happy about that. Okay, here we have Fresh Start, another removal spell. So we're probably just splashing black and or maybe white, which I'm not too sure. Here we have a green, really nice removal spell. And I'd rather take the knockout maneuver than the Fresh Start, just because it's the better removal spell. Einok Wayfarer, also nice, would be milling some cards, but I'll take the knockout maneuver. So now I have 3 removal spells. That makes me kind of happy. And here we have a Songcrafter Mage, really strong card. Kishla Skimmer. Whenever a card leaves your graveyard during your turn, draw a card. I think I might be I should take the Kishla Skimmer. Or just the Sagu Pummeler. I think that's a strong card. It has reach, it can be renewed. And yeah, I'll take the Pummeler. Now we have Inspirited Vanguard. When it enters or attacks, it endures. That's kind of more the absent deck. So I'll be taking the Thornwood Falls, helping me for my mana. I will want to play the... I will try... Okay, another knockout maneuver coming our way. Makes me pretty happy here, but we should be starting to look for some creatures and also for some payoff cards for the Sultai deck. So what do we have here? This is a 3-mana lifelinker, which I think is nice. Tap up to 1 target creature, draw a card, Flying War Dragon. This fits the Mardu strategy kind of better than the Sultai strategy. Trade Route Envoy. Tough pick. I think I'll just take the Evolving Wilds. So then we can just focus on the better cards here, especially in pack 3. Riverwalk Technique, Champion of Tucson. I think I'll take the Champion of Tucson. I think that's good here. And now another Agent of Codis, which I think is a nice card. It can be pretty aggressive, and then it can be renewed. So why not take the Agent of Codis? And now we are... So people are playing the Boros deck. People are playing green. It seems like red is pretty open, but for me it's too late to pivot, and I think my start is kinda okay. When this enters, draw a card and discard a card. That can also help with the renew strategy. Einok Wayfarer coming my way, pick number 11. That's very, very nice. I'd like that. And here we have the Riverwalk Technique, the Ringing Strike Mastery, Watcher of the Wayside. I'll take this just because it helps with the renew ability. And here I'll take the Snowmelt Stack. So we need to cut some cards. I think I don't want to splash Absent here, so splash white here. So now we should. So we are blue and green base, splashing black, but not for Cruel Truths, I guess. Rather for the removal spells here. We have 4 removal spells, which makes me happy. What we don't have are bombs. Okay, now we found Hollowmurk Siege. That is nice. When it enters, choose Sultai or Absent. Whenever a counter is put on a creature you control, draw a card. Or Absent, whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature, it gains menace. That is a very, very strong ability. I'll take the Hollowmurk Siege, making me happy to pick this rare up. If I wouldn't take that, I would take the Gurmak Rakshasa. I think that's a strong card, but Right of Renewal also nice here. But I'm happy picking up the Hollowmurk Siege. Now what's coming our way? Kintree Nurturer versus Formation Breaker versus Sarkhan's Resolve. Don't really know what I need now from this pack. Probably just take the green card. I think I'll take the green card. Okay, we found an Ambling Stormshell. When his attacks, put 3 stun counters on it and draw 3 cards. Whenever you cast a turtle spell, untap this creature. There's also an Osseous Exhale, which is very, very nice. But I think the card for me to pick up is... Do I want to play that Stormshell? I mean, it's a 5/9 for 5 mana. And when it attacks, I can draw 3 cards. Very, very nice ability. I'll just take it, because if it doesn't get removed, it just draws me 3 cards for 5 mana. Love that. Okay, Lie in Wait. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Lie in Wait deals damage equal to that card's to target creature. I think that's very nice. It's my colors. So we could also take the Dismal Backwater. Then we have 5 removal spells if we take this. Rather take the Dismal Backwater, I think. Or do we really want to splash? Do we want to splash? We have 5 removal spells. Should we just focus on the Synchronized Charge? I think Lion Wait is the thing to take. Yeah, it's a nice removal spell. Returns a creature card from my graveyard. I love that. And here we have Right of Renewal. Return up to 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard up to your hand. Target player shuffles up to 4 target cards from their graveyard into their library. Yeah, I think that's very nice actually. Because, yeah, it fits the Sultai deck. And it's always nice to get some stuff back. Confirm that pick here. So I think the Timur Tawny pack is just not the best card. We don't need that. Lie in Wait. So I don't want to play 2 copies, I think. Because I'd rather... There's also an Exhale, Dispelling Exhale. But I'm not sure if that is what I need now. Because we have some nice removal spells so far. Why not take the Lie in Wait? It's better than the Salt Road Skirmish, I think. Dragon's Prey is just nice, but... Okay, we have an Absent Monument versus a Feral Death Gorger. Also Ice Ridge Serpent, and Ice Ridge Serpent, I think that's nice. I think that's good because it can just return something, bounce something to the hand of my opponent. Also Feral Death Gorger. Do I want to take that? Why not? Spectral Denial. I think I'd rather take the Duisut Earthcarver. I think that's a nice card. Another Right of Renewal. I don't really know. So we'll just build the deck. When I picked all the stuff here, people took some white cards, some black cards. Temur Devotee, Focus the Mind. Oops, now I was too slow here. Riverwalk Technique, sure. Let's take that. Boulderborn Dragon. Surveil 1. I think it's okay, kinda. It's not the best card. I don't think I want to play that actually. And Agent of Code is another one. We already have 4 copies of that card, so let's just take the best card here. Put it in my sideboard. Dragonstorm Forecaster. Search your library for a card named Dragonstorm Global Boulderborn Dragon. The target player mills 2 cards and you gain 2 life. I think our curve is kind of... Let's pick up that card. Okay, I'm not too fond of the deck. I think that's pick 14 Dispelling Exhale. Kind of crazy. So we wanna renew and we wanna be so we'll put the Harmonize cards in there, we'll put the Renew cards in there, we'll put the good removal spells in there, we'll put the Hollowmurk Siege, Sagu Wildling, Champion of the Sun, Knockout Maneuver, Right of Renewal, Pummeler, that's nice. Thornwood Falls, Kishless Skimmers, Agent of Codis, sure. Forecaster, Dragon Spray, Einok Wayfarer, Dead Mills, Bloomvine Regent. So I think I'll play it like this. I think that looks kind of solid here. We're just splashing for the Dragon Spray and the Lion Weight. We have, yeah, I think that's a good, looks good like this. Okay, yeah, I'll keep that. Why not? Looks okay. Opponent draws a card and has a nice sleeve. Plays a forest. Okay, I'll play my forest, and do I want to play the Agent of Codis or the Kishless Skimmer? I think the Kishless Skimmer just safer here, going in for 2 damage in the air if my opponent doesn't cast a flying creature. Let's just play the Swamp. And now I will, yeah, removing forests of my library, why not? I'll just attack. And I'll remove 2 forests of my library. Very nice. Forest, sure. 1 in the battlefield, 1 in my hand. Very nice. That's a really solid card. Enabling my card draw here so that I don't draw that many lands if I don't need them. Happy to pick that up. Dragonstorm Globe, sure. Opponent attacks for 2. So they are passing the turn, I hope. Why aren't you passing the turn? Okay, they are casting the Sagu Wildling here. Sure. Okay, so now I can play the Swamp. I can just attack for 2. Play the Agent of Codis. And do I remove that? I think... yeah, let's just pass the turn. See if they cast something that needs to be removed. And opponent plays a Plains. Passing to attackers. Opponent attacks. Do I just kill that? Why not? No, you know what? I'm not gonna block. I think I am the more aggressive party at the moment. So... okay, another Absent Devotee. Do I just want to kill that? I think I should. Oh no, Reputable Merchant. Enters or dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So, yeah. Let's just kill that. Then they can put a counter on some other creature, on their Absent Devotee. Sure. But still, so let's play the forest. Let's play the Hollow Merc Siege, and I'll choose Absent just because it's the much better ability. Let's draw a card. And do I Knockout Maneuver? Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, sure. Kill the Absent Devotee and attack for 5. That is my opponent going down to 11 life. And I can put a +1/+1 counter on my Kishless Skimmer. Opponent goes down to 10. So deck plays out pretty nice, pretty well. I didn't expect that, but you know, I haven't played the Sultai deck. Feels good. Skirmish Rhino, sure. I lose 2 life, they gain 2 life. I can live with that. We drew a card. Let's just play the island and harmonize that Unending Whisper. Decline. I don't want to tap. Auto pay. Draw a card. We can draw another card of the Kishless Skimmer. And we have a Lion Weight, which is nice. Still now I'll attack. This gains Menace. And I can put a +1/+1 counter on it. So if they wanna block it, they'd have to sacrifice their creatures here. And their Skirmish Rhino is for sure the one that I want to kill here. Opponent goes down to 9 life. And that is me passing the turn. They return that Absent Devotee to their hand end of turn. Opponent draws a card. I can return the Agent of Codes to my hand and deal 2 damage to target creature, which I think I should. Let's just put that on here first because I can mill some cards. Maybe I'll find a stronger creature. You may put a basic land in your hand, and I don't want that. I'll decline, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And now we have the Snowmelt Stag. To the power we deal... Yeah, okay, so we'll just play the Lion Wait. We'll return the Regent. We'll deal 4 damage to the Sagu Wildling. We'll draw a card off of the Kishla Skimmer. And another card. Let's just now play the Evolving Wilds just to get rid of even more lands, putting a +1/+1 counter on this creature, dealing 4 damage, and I'll sack my Evolving Wilds, find another land out of my library. I'll just take the Swamp here and pass the turn. Opponent draws a card. Happy about the Sultai thing. Does feel pretty strong actually. Mobilized 1 when this attacks. When this creature or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. I'm not going to block here. Happily going down to 11 life. Opponent plays an Absent Devotee. Let's just Dragon Praise the Storm Singer. And I lose a life, but now I can cast that dragon, gain 3 life. I'll attack. Give this creature +1/+1 and menace. They're not gonna be able to block it. Opponent goes down to 3 life. Let's just play another land, gain 1 more life, and pass the turn. How amazing is the Sultai deck? I can't... Oh yeah! That is making the magic happen. Hey, yeah, I'll keep that hand. Looks good. Keep 7. Opponent draws a card. Opponent plays a Plains. I'll play the Thornwood Falls. Passing the turn, opponent draws a card. Plays a Mountain, followed by a Sunset Strike Master. That is the one that can make mana. So I'll just play the... I'll play the Forest and the Kishla Skimmer. Passing the turn, opponent draws a card and passes the turn. So let's just play the Swamp. Let's just attack for 2. That is my opponent going down to 18 life. Now I'll play the... Oh, I should have played the Hallamurk Siege before. Still, okay, I'm fine with that. Hallamurk Siege, I'll choose Absent, and I will play the Omen part of the Sagu Wildling. Find me a land. I want an island. And pass the turn. Opponent draws a card. Plays a Swamp. Opponent is in Mardu. Shore Breaching Dragonstorm, exiling 2 cards. They can play. Found an Embermouth Sentinel, searching for a basic land card, putting that on top. Or they didn't. Yeah, they did. So let's just play Island. Attack. Put a +1/+1 counter on that card. That is my opponent going down to 15 life, and I'll play the Snowmelt Stag. Passing the turn. I think that card's pretty okay here. At first I didn't know what to think about the card, but I think it's actually a nice card. Opponent plays a Riling Dawnbreaker. So that is nice. We could or should find a removal spell, but with the Hallamurk Siege, which is actually just a very, very crazy strong card, which I do love. Whenever a dragon enters, I'll gain 3 life. Let's just attack. Not with the stag, but with the skimmer. Put a +1/+1 counter on that. Opponent goes down to 11 life. And now I'll play the Regent. Why not? Having a 4/5 flyer that gains me 3 life seems pretty reasonable, so I can cast these cards next turn. Opponent plays a Breaching Dragonstorm. Okay, again. Runescale Stormbrute, that's a 2/4 flyer that gets +2/+0 whenever they play a non-creature spell? No, a non-creature spell, yeah. Okay, so let's play the forest here. Let's draw a card. Why not? We found the Right of Renewal. Not gonna play it now, we don't have that many mill cards. So this Sultai deck, I think it can get probably even stronger if we found some more mill cards. So I wanna attack with my stuff. Why not? We are the one who are pressuring. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's put a counter on that here. And they are blocking my Snowmelt stack. I think that's okay for me. And also my Kishle Skimmer, sure. So what's more important to kill? Flying Vigilancer. That's a stronger card. I want that to kill that. Opponent is at 6 life. So let's just now get those cards back, I think. Yeah, return 2 cards from your graveyard to your hand. Target player shuffles up to 4 cards from their graveyard into their library. That's me. No, submit 1. So those 2 come back to my hand, and the other one is being shuffled. Opponent plays a Quarry Mountain Monastery that can exile the top card you may play it. Yeah, I think that's a nice land. Okay, opponent had a removal spell. Dealt 6 damage with the Sunset Strike Master. That's okay. I don't love it, but it's okay. Let's just play the Kishle Skimmer. Let's just play the Snowmelt stack. Let's just pass the turn. Opponent draws a card. Plays a Plains. Plays crazy card, destroy all non-land permanents your opponent controls. That's just insane. Nice. So, don't love that. Agent of Codis. Second Agent of Codis. And knockout maneuver, putting a +1/+1 counter. Killing that Chromar Initiate. And that is me passing the turn. Opponent draws a card. Plays a Breaching Dragonstorm again. They can return that whenever a dragon. Yeah, that's why they can cast cast it that often. So, okay, opponent also plays a Zergo's Vanguard and attacks me for 12, going down to 12. I don't love that here at the moment. So let's just, wow, not attack. Maybe they can turn it around here. At the moment it feels pretty, yeah, feels like they have the upper hand. Reigning Victor, it's just crazy, okay. Giving something indestructible. That is attacking for 7. No, 8, 9, 11. Okay, they're not attacking with this card. So I'll just block the... Oh, this has Death Touch. So I'm not blocking. And going down to 3 life. Yeah, that's probably it. And we drew a land, so that's it. Concede here. Not loving it, but let's play another one. So I think the problem with my deck is that I don't have enough cards that mill stuff. I have some renew cards, but not enough that when enters the battlefield they mill. Keep 6, put an island back, pass the turn. Not pass the turn. Start the game, opponent. Okay, opponent is considering whether to mulligan or not as well. Okay, they are playing an Evolving Wilds. Sacking it, searching for a forest, passing the turn. I'll play the Thornwood Falls, passing the turn, gaining a life. Opponent draws a card. Plays a mountain, followed by the Tarkir Dragon. Stuff here. They are not beholding a dragon. Let's just play the Kishla Skimmer here. Passing the turn, opponent draws a card. Plays a Tranquil Cove, gains a life. Plays a Dragon's Brood Relic. Sure. And doesn't attack. I can play the... I think I should get rid of this now. Put a +1/+1 counter on this. Kill their creature. Attack for 2. Oh, they might have some removal spell. I hope they don't. Yeah, they have an... Oh, they have a counter spell. Okay, at least not removal for my Kishla Skimmer. That is my opponent going down to 19 life. Opponent plays a Mystic Monastery, attacks for 2, I'll go down to 18 life. Opponent passes the turn. Let's play the Rainveil Rejuvenator. Yeah, if I picked up more of this, yeah, I want to mill 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. So we mill the land, we have a renew here. That's fair, I'll attack for 2. Opponent goes down to 17, and I'll pass the turn, opponent. So we can renew this. Unfortunately, we milled a knockout maneuver as well, but put a +1/+1 counter on that dragon. 8 gains flying until end of turn. Okay, let's play the island. Let's play the Ambling Stormshell. Let's attack for 2. Opponent goes down to 13 life as well. We have the 5/9 creature that draws us 3 cards next turn, which is kind of very nice. It also has ward. So happy to pick that up. Opponent plays a mountain, followed by a Storm Shriek Feral, sure. And that is again getting flying plus a +1/+1 counter. But that's just 7 damage they can deal here. Okay, they are attacking. This has haste. It has haste, sure. Good. I can live with that. That is 6 damage going into my direction. I'll go down to 7 life. So what's the thing to do here? Next turn. I love to draw some cards, so I will attack. Do I want to attack just with the... This is not a flyer, so... If I find some removal spells, I think it's good. I'm not attacking with this. Put a draw 3 cards, kinda nice. Dragon's Prey. Let's kill the one of those. Wait. If I kill this 5, 6, 7, I'd rather kill the... Yeah, I'll kill it. And just hope that they don't have a... Oh, they can pump this creature. Wow, they can pump it, and that is me being stupid. Shitty. But yeah, so next turn they can just attack me and kill me. Yeah, that's it. So that was my fault, my stupid playing mistakes here. Me playing too fast being the reason for this happening, but learning from the stuff. So This will not happen again. Those creatures are just annoying, where they're creatures that can pump themselves. So I should have kept my flyer. I should have killed one of those and stalled because I had the turtle. Yeah, that was my fault. So a little embarrassed for my playing here, but part of the game. Being stupid's not part of the game. So yeah, I'm not happy keeping it, but I'll give it a shot, hoping for a forest, hoping for it to pick up something else. I can draw a card, which I think is okay here. Okay, let's open the game. Drawing a card. Found a Thornwood Falls. That is kind of relieving. So opponent plays an Evolving Wilds, passing the turn. I'll play the Thornwood Falls, gain a life. Going up to 21, opponent sacks their Evolving Wilds and searches for a mountain. Passing the turn, opponent draws a card, plays a Plains, followed by a Bearer of Glory. Sure. I'll play my Swamp here, and I'll play the Regent. Sure, I like the Omen part of the Regent. Searching for 2 forests, putting one in the hand, one in the graveyard, one on the battlefield. Passing the turn. I can live with 2 damage here. So next turn I will be able to cast my Stormshell, which is nice. Loving that. Having a good blocker that needs to be removed. Opponent plays... Okay, opponent is Jeskai here. Plays a Riling Dawnbreaker. I'll play the Forest, followed by the Stormshell. Having that card in play is nice here. So they have a removal spell. Let's hope not. They play the Quarry land. Sure. And the Magmatic Halkite. That is the one that destroys target non-basic land. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll search for an island. It's not the worst thing for me, and putting a stun counter on that. Okay, sure. Let's just Dragon Spray the Halkite. Auto pay. Let's just attack with my Stormshell. Draw 3 cards. Why not? Love to draw 3 cards. And going in for 5 damage, opponent draws a card. It's a nice card actually, the Stormshell here. We don't have any other turtles. I don't think there's many turtles in the set. And they play a Poise Practitioner, attacking for 4 damage. I'll play my Swamp. I'll play the Earth Carver, sure. I'll make a second body off of that, create a 3/3, and let's just also play this Dragonstorm Forecaster. Passing the turn, opponent draws a card. So I'm not forgetting about this ability. They can pump their team. Okay, Effortless Master. That's a 4/3 Vigilance Menace creature. So what's the play now? Do I just want to kill the big creature and attack? Which would be a possibility. We have just those cards in our graveyard. We can also play the Rejuvenator. 4, 5, 6, 7. We can play both. We can also kill the... Let's just play the Rejuvenator. Mill some cards. Take action. I want to mill... Oh yeah, 3 forests milled out of the way. That's the best thing that could happen to me. And I will kill that Effortless Master. Now that is out of the way. And I want to attack with my Earth Carver and my 3/3. Opponent takes the damage, goes down to 8 life. That is looking good for me. And plays a Sipsig Appraiser, looks at the top 2 cards, finds one for their hand and one for their graveyard. Okay, tough decision here for my opponent. Apparently. So they didn't want the Twin Bolt. Probably would have, it was the decision between 2 removal spells, I guess. Okay, they are attacking here. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are not able to pump their team. Do I just take the damage? They might have some spell. I think I can block. Probably block this. That might be a good thing. So I can return a creature if I don't have a creature so far in my graveyard. So Lion Wade, I think this card, it has too many conditions. They are playing a Rebellious Strike, Flurry, putting a +1/+1 counter on the Poised Practitioner, draws a card. So that's 6/8 damage that are going into my direction, but I can live with 8 damage. I can live with 8 damage, this card not being dead, so I have another blocker yet. Let's just play the Wildling. Gain 4 life, 3 life. You know what? I'll attack. I'll attack with my cards. Opponent has to block, otherwise they're dead. So they are blocking my 4/4. And they have a Static Snare. Sure. Exiling is kind of hurts. So they're exiling my Earth Carver. Sure. Next to damage, that is 2, 8, 5 damage. So I'll play the Wildling. I'll play the Agent of Codis. Having some blockers, gaining 3 life. Looks okay. Let they play another Sipsig Appraiser. That's just a very, very good card. So, opponent, can they kill me now? I hope not. I'll just definitely block the Poised Practitioner this turn with my Forecaster here, just to be on the safer side. Next turn my Stormshell will also be untapped, which is nice because it's a 5/9 here. Okay, that is the game. Okay, so I just switched the Lion Wade for the Skirmish removal spell, Salt Road Skirmish, which is the 4 mana, destroy target creature, create 2 tap tokens, because I just felt like this Lion Wade just has only value if there's some creature cards in my graveyard, and while the Salt Road Skirmish is the better removal spell, I think. So I just swapped them. Keep that. Opponent did a mulligan. Didn't. No. So that is... My opponent, oh, they are mulliganing. I'll play the Thornwood Falls, gaining a life, passing the turn. Opponent draws a card, plays a Plains, followed by a Descendant of Storms. That is... Do I want a Kishla Skimmers? Sure, I do want a Kishla Skimmers here. And that is my turn. Opponent draws a card, plays a Swamp. Opponent appears to be in Mardu or Abzan. Attacks for 2, endures 1. No blocks. I'll take 2 damage, going down to 19 life. Opponent plays a Bearer of Glory. So now we can... Yeah, we can Einok Wayfarer, mill 3 cards, put a land in my hand. 1, 2, 3. I'll take the forest and through another forest. Do I want to play the Evolving Wilds? Sure, because I think I should. Not gonna be able to cast anything else this turn, so I'll attack for 2. Opponent goes to 18 life, and I'll sack my Evolving Wilds to find a swamp. Just to be sure to have all my mana up. Opponent draws a card, plays a Bloodfell Caves, gains a life, attacks for 4, pays 2, endures 1. So I'll just not block. Take 5 damage, going down to 14 life. Let's play a forest. Let's play the knockout maneuver. I think it's important to get rid of the Descendant now. Is it that important? Let's just play the Sagu Pummeler. But next turn they can... Oh man, let's just play the blocker for the Bearer and the knockout maneuver for the Descendant of Storms. Putting a +1/+1 counter on my Wayfarer, attacking for 4 as well. Opponent goes down to 15 life. Draws a card, plays a Plains, followed by a Bone Cairn Butcher. So we found the Salt Road Skirmish, and you see that's the reason why I swapped it. And now I have a creature in my grave, but it's just not the it's too conditional, and now I have those. They have haste and menace. I can draw another card and I can attack with my stuff here. Yeah, they need to be sacrificed at the end of the turn. Anyway, yeah, okay, nice. Why did they give up? So far, okay, that is my 3rd win. Happy to pick up another one, and I'd be happy to even get another one out of this. Nice little Sultai deck. I feel Sultai is probably better than Absent, at least what I experienced from now until now. Okay, looking good here. Hollowmurk Siege, nothing that's very cheap to cast in the first turns, but I think this format is just slow enough. So I'll just open with the Hollowmurk Siege. What a nice little card. Play the Forest. Ooh, we could have played it different. Yeah, but then we couldn't have cast the Hollowmurk Siege turn 2, and I'll choose Absent because it's just the much better ability, I think. Giving a +1/+1 counter and menace to each creature that enters. I'll play it like this. I'll draw a card. I need to play something here very soon, because otherwise I'm too slow. I'll play the Champion of Tucson next turn, or even the Rejuvenator. Okay, opponent plays the Storm Brood. So I'll play a Forest followed by the Rejuvenator. That is me milling 3 cards. I'll take the action, milled 2 lands, which makes me kind of happy, and an Agent of Codis that I can renew to put 2+1/+1 counters on something. Okay, and that is them dealing 5 damage plus casting a Sage of Disguise. Nice. That is just one of the best cards in the set. It has an intensively high win rate. Let's play. What's the play for? I think now is the time to play the Champion of Tucson. But this is, yeah, having 2 flyers with lifelink, just insane. I think this game, I'm not gonna be able to recover from that. The flurry deck can be super nice. Sage of Disguise is just extremely good. And this card as well, Runescale Stormbrood, just a crazy card here. Especially if they cast something. That was a very nice hand, a starting hand for my opponent. And that is me going down to 9. Opponent has those life linkers. Yeah, it doesn't look too good here. So, but I can play my Earth Carver that has reach at least. But still, I'm thinking if they have a removal spell, which they probably have, it's not gonna be easy. should I have made it a 7/7? Because the white removal spell is Ouchie's Exhale, deals 5 damage to target blocking or attacking creature, and Molten Exhale, the red one, deals 4 damage. So I think it would have been better for me to put to make the Earth Cover a 7/7. Not sure though. Those flyers are just insane. Like Jeskai is just, it has so many flyers. I have had a good success with my Jeskai deck that I drafted a few days ago. So an aggressive Jeskai deck can be nice, but I do like the Sultai deck. If I found some bomb, it would have been even nicer. But so what was the rares we picked up? We didn't have good luck with the rares, I think. We picked up on, yeah. We didn't take the bomb. We the Creator Half Behemoth. This one, maybe we should have taken it. So that's it. Yeah, okay. A little disappointed, but it went okay. It was my first Sultai deck. If you did like my stuff, show some love by hitting the like or subscribe button down below. It would help me a lot making more content like this. Yeah, so 3 wins, okay-ish, not the best result. And I wish you a nice day.